everybody.
Hi.
Welcome back. Christina and Nicole here today. And today's video is going to be a little different. It's more of a cautionary tale of what to look for when buying supplements. There's so many things out there, so many claims, and so we just want to equip you with the tools to know what to look for so you can figure out what's best. And we have a little story to start.
What's our story?
Our story is a client that we saw.
Oh.
This is actually what sparked us to want to go over this with people. Basically, someone bought a hair vitamin, and so we're like, oh, let's look into it. Let's look and see what the ingredients are. And so it was a hair vitamin there's the brand Hims and Hers. It's basically a medical grade hair supplement. It has hair vitamins and minoxidil in it. And so one of the cautionary tales, and here's a point to be made, is always read the fine print.
Yes.
Read the full ingredients and read the warning and the fine print. And so I said, oh, well, did you know that there is actually a warning on here that it could possibly increase muscularity, deepening of the voice, enlarged clitoris, and excessive hair growth on the face and body? And she goes, oh, I did not.
That's why you smiled. You're like, we have a story to tell. Like, what's the story? I forgot. Oh,
So
yeah.
she's like, oh, I will not be taking that anymore. So
Yeah, and it's really interesting because it can, and a lot of things we have to pay attention to is that it can jack with your blood pressure. And we've already got a lot of people that are on blood pressure medications, and that's not good, and because you don't want to mix any of that stuff. It's interesting because we find out through our clients what is the trends, because they're usually taking them, or they're like, well, have you heard of this? And I'm like, well, do you think it's working? They're like, I don't really know. And I'm like, well, okay. So for me and for us at our practice too, we really research the heck out of stuff so that we make sure that everything that you're getting is digestible, that it's clean, because you don't want to get any like fillers or stuff that causes other problems. If there's something that comes across Instagram, like, oh, and it's this pretty packaging, like, what is it?
Grins. Yeah, that's another big one.
Little gummies. And I know everybody loves gummies, but it's just candy. Like, it's healthy candy. That's what you can look at it as. It's not really giving you vitamins. You can eat it all you want, but it's really healthy candy. So that's for real.
Yeah, the Grins, just side note, it is very clean. Mm-hmm. It's just, there's very tiny amounts of the actual vitamins and minerals. So that's not an actual good way to have it as a supplement. If you want a healthy candy, by all means, enjoy that in replacement of a candy, but don't take that as your vitamin. So that's actually a good intro into one of the topics, which is proprietary blends. Why we make a point of saying like no fillers, why that's important is because you're wasting your money. You're buying something in hopes that it will do something for you, but if it has only tiny amounts of whatever the claim is, it's not going to do anything for you. You need those higher amounts of vitamins and nutrients to actually see a difference, and so that's just kind of a money grab. So if you see anything that like promotes like, oh, ashwagandha, blah, 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 and it says all this stuff on the front, and then you see in the back, there's not actually like the listed ingredient with the milligrams to the side of it, and it just says proprietary blend, that's not giving you any insight to how much you're getting of each thing, and it could be like the tiniest amount.
I think that the other part is just like candy, just like Doritos, if they have to make a big advertisement, then there's a reason why they have to make a big advertisement to get you addicted, right? To get you to hook you. Like on Instagram, there's so many things. Like there's all these different, I don't know, what is that, Amra?
Oh, yeah.
The cholesterol, which I think is fine, but there's other things, and we've asked about it. They're like, I don't know if it's working or not. Like nobody has said, I feel great after I've been taking this stuff.
Yeah, we get a lot of people say, I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, and it's not cheap.
They do great marketing.
Yeah. So I think that it's just super important to look at stuff and it's got like titanium dioxide in it, or it's got talc in it, and that stuff's really toxic. And so you can think that you've got one thing that's good, but if you've got the other stuff that's binding it or causing an issue, I mean, you're kind of like a wash.
Yeah, so that's another thing is you want to be cautious about artificial additives and fillers. Usually when there's a ton of fillers, then you know there's a reason for that because they aren't putting the good amount of nutrients in there, so they just fill the rest. And sometimes the additives can end up doing more harm than good. Like she said, titanium dioxide, that's actually a coloring agent that people use in a lot of hair products and makeup products to create a white, thick color. And so you don't want to digest that. That actually causes a ton of gut issues. So if you guys ever have questions, we're always happy to answer anything if you're not quite sure about certain nutrients. It's also very easy to look up these days with AI and ChatGPT. You could literally just screenshot the list of ingredients and run it through ChatGPT and say, are these clean? Are there anything that stands out that are harmful to your health? And it actually will break it down for you. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and I think too, like, all these claims, like, oh, it'll cure you in 3 days, or like detoxes your entire body in 3 days. And if you see that there's no third party testing, run. People that make these claims, they don't know your body.
Yeah.
So you really have to do your research and look up the reviews and see. And I had to learn that because I'm one like, oh, this is great. This looks like it's going to be great. And then you order it and it's total junk because then you get the real ingredients. I've learned now, like, I don't react anymore.
We're so used to Western medicine and quick fixes that we think, oh, there's this, oh, it's going to fix my whole entire life. Supplements don't work that way. And supplements are called supplements because you're supposed to supplement them into an additional lifestyle change. It takes a lot more than just these little things to get to whatever health goal you want. There's never going to be one supplement that's going to fix all your problems, unfortunately. Supplements are great and they're very useful, but just be cautious of the claims because it's not usually the case.
And I think too, like, go to people that you trust. Like, you could always ask, we've tried everything. At least, and we've gotten to where we've gotten pretty good at our protocols and what we know works for our clients because we've tried it on ourselves. Because I'm not going to give you anything I haven't tried. I remember just like that digestive enzyme we wanted to love, and then it did not work. If I were you, I would go to somebody that you know and that you trust and that they've already done the research, right? What happens is then you get into all of these different things that you get on Instagram, and then now you're in a membership, and then that takes forever to get rid of.
Right.
I've had to have Nicole help me because it takes me forever to get rid of them.
I want to emphasize someone you trust. Make sure that it's not a sponsored post. It's not a influencer. Dig deeper into if they've actually tried it, if they actually use it. It's definitely good to like listen to health practitioners because you have to know a lot of these influencers aren't actually using these products. They're getting paid to share them with you. So they're gonna make it sound great.
Yeah.
But they probably don't use it on a regular basis.
Right.
They probably took it and made a video and called it a day and then got their money. So, yes.
And that's the piece. For instance, I know tried and true, our adrenal protocol works quickly within a couple of days. I know it. And so because we've tried it and we've got, I mean, there's not one client that's been, I don't feel amazing and I'm sleeping better. We don't know everything, but we will try it. We'll research it.
All the things that we usually recommend, you're not going to see marketing sensational claims. All of them are actually medical grade supplements, and none of them are making claims like that because doctors use them and they actually work. And to tie into that, it kind of sucks because in this day and age, everything is so expensive, but you need to be cautious on stuff that is extremely cheap.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you're not going to get good quality herbs and supplements and vitamins and minerals for like $5.99. It's probably not good. It's probably loaded with filler and it's probably not sourced well. So find a happy medium pricing. Again, always look at the additional ingredients, look at what's listed, the nutrients, how much milligrams, what the dosing is on it, and then look at the additional ingredients and make sure there isn't a ton of filler. And then look at the pricing. If it's $5, it's probably...
Yeah. And and that goes on to like, even there's all these protein powders, right? Because that's kind of the biggest thing. Like, I think that's actually why we wanted to talk about this too, is we had a client, he sent me that collagen, which reminds me, I've got to send him a collagen thing. We've got clean protein powders, these BCAAs, these branch chain amino acids. You're better off just taking an amino acid because that way you can absorb it. And we've got great amino acids. Like, I would say, like, it's my most favorite amino acid that we suggest, and people have great results with it. And like, me too, my muscles. Just kidding, I work out. But beware of that kind of stuff too, because and the other thing I wanted to really quickly talk about was the juicing. Like, we've got a lot of clients that say, oh, I drank a juice and, I'm juicing. And I'm like, well, where did you get the juice from? And they're like, oh, I got it at like Costco. And I'm like, well, so if you juice, you need to drink that within 20 minutes. Otherwise, all of the digestive enzymes and the fiber and everything, all of the good stuff turns to sugar. And so basically you're drinking sugar. I'm not saying there's a teeny bit in there, but it's sugar because it's sat there and it's fermented in the plastic bottle.
Yeah, if you want a juice, it's always good to go to like a juice bar at like Whole Foods or wherever you have it. Another one is always look at the reviews. That is a good indicator too. Or if they have like no online presence, we always, we all get sucked in by the sponsored posts on Instagram. That's just how it goes these days. But if you do get sucked in by a sponsored post and you realize like their website is kind of janky, there's 0 reviews on it, you're not really seeing them anywhere else, it's probably not good.
I would just run.
Yeah, just
Get the hell out of there.
Just don't.
What else is there? So even stuff like deodorant. We're just trying to go through all the products. Deodorant is a big one. That's one of the major things that I go to for people when they have metals or they have hydrocarbons, because unfortunately it may smell good, but it's got all kinds of junk in it. This is your lymphatic system. And so if you are using crap and it's going to clog your lymphatic system, so then you're absorbing all of that. And so that's another one. Just have to look for super clean deodorants and super clean detergents, all of that stuff. Because they do great advertising. Like Tide does an amazing job at advertising.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, all of these things that we're talking about can be applied to beauty products, cleaning products, food products. So it's just in general, people don't like looking at the back, and you got to look at the back.
I know. It is time consuming, but we've done the work. So if you just reach out to us, we've done the work. I've stood in the aisles and looked at all those backs of everything, which is probably why I Instacart now.
You gotta start leaning on your own competence. That's why it's important to use your intuition about it, because even with multi-level marketing, oh my god, if I just could get $1 for every time someone tried to sell me something through an MLM, and I'm like, that's actually really bad ingredients. With that, it could be very enticing, because then there's also, oh, I can share and I can make money.
I have a story.
I'm just gonna say Arbonne is like one of the bigger ones. That one, so many people try to suck me into, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, Arbonne.
Yeah.
They have really crappy ingredients, and they're very hard to find, which is another point I want to make. If you go online and you look up a product and they just show you highlights of a product and not the full nutrition label and the full nutrition and ingredients, that's also a red flag. That's red flag galore, because they're not wanting to show you. They want it to be hard for you to find the full ingredients list. And why? Because they're trying to hide stuff. So
yeah, and not all MLMs are horrible either.
No,
like I said, I want to make sure I say that, because there's actually one I will say, like that Protandim. Actually, they're actually really
not
great.
them.
But no, I know, but we didn't want to say it. We're just yeah.
I'm saying that's not why I'm saying you got to do your research and know what to look for, because no, not all MLMs are bad, but they sell them pretty good.
Yes.
And a lot of them have good intentions of wanting to help people.
Yes. And
sometimes I don't think the people selling it understand the ingredients either. So you got to be your own advocate and know what to look for, so you can just protect yourself.
Yeah. So you can put it in the comments if there's something you want to know about and want us to research or you want us to try, or
or we probably already tried it.
Or we tried,
Or we probably already looked it up.
That's probably true too, because Cole's constantly looking. I'm like, can you look that up? She's constantly looking stuff up. As soon as we're in with a client, literally, she's already looked it up. She's like, well,
I always feel bad because I'm like, well, actually, we'll find you something else.
I know. But we just wanted to help you out on some of the long handwork, because we just have already done it.
Yeah, we hope this helps. If you have any other questions or any other advice on what to keep an eye out for, takes a village. We're all here to help each other.
Yeah.
So, let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Have a great day.
Bye. Bye.